In this video, we're going to be talking about using the TD Ameritrade API to trade with Excel. We're going to start by going to watcollc.com and clicking on the TD Ameritrade API setup link. These are the directions or instructions I'll be following today. If you want to go back and review these, print them out for yourself. This looks pretty complicated for an API interface. It is a little complicated, but once you get the initial setup done, it works very well after that. I've designed very sophisticated trading systems using this method for some of my clients. So what we'll start off doing is we're going to assume that you already have a trading account set up with TD Ameritrade. And now we need to set up a developer account in order to allow you to access your trading account with the API. So we're going to go to developer.tdameritrade.com in step 1 here. I already have a developer account, so I'm not going to go through setting that up, but that's easy to set up and it's free. Once you get your developer account set up, you'll log in and you'll see this screen right here. I'll go ahead and log out and log in again. So I'll log in, and here's the screen you'll get to. You scroll down. Let's see, actually click on My Apps. And we're on step 2 now. We're going to create an app. You'll see I don't have any, so I'm going to add a new app. You can call the app whatever you want, doesn't matter. Call this test app, and for the callback URL, I'm going to put http://127.0.0.1. Purpose of the application can be whatever you want. We'll just say testing. You can put whatever you want there, and I usually just put 120 in here. We'll create the app. Takes a second, and then here's your new app. It says it's approved. They're automatically approved. So now we're on step 4 of the sheet. Let's go back to that. We're right here. We've created step 3, and so now we're on step 4. In step 4, what we want to do is click on your app, and we want to copy this consumer key, and I'm going to open up Notepad++, or you can use Notepad, whatever editor you want to use. And let's close this window. I'm going to just put consumer key, and I'm going to paste it right there. Okay, now we'll go back to our list. We just did that. We pasted our consumer key. Now we're going to go to step 5. You want to make sure your local Windows or your Windows local host is turned on. So we're going to go to Control Panel, Programs and Features, turn Windows features on or off, and you want to make sure Internet Information Services and Internet Information Services Hostable Web Core are both enabled. You can see in mine they are, so we don't need to check anything here. So we'll just back out of this. Now we're on step 6. We need to retrieve the encoded authorization code, or the EAC as we'll call it. Let's highlight this link right here. We're going to copy it, and we're going to paste it into Notepad++. We'll call it encoded EAC link. Alright, and now what we want to do is copy the consumer key right here, and we're going to paste it right here where you see your consumer key. Alright, now we're going to take this link and copy it. Let's go back into Chrome or whatever browser you have. And we're going to paste that link into the browser. Now, here's where you're going to log into your TD Ameritrade trading account. This is not your developer account. So I'm going to log in to my trading account here. Allow it. Okay, and you will get this error page. This is normal. You'll get it every time. What we do now is we're going to go up here to this link. We're going to copy everything after that code equals. And we're going to paste that into Notepad. And we're just going to call this code, or call this the EAC actually. Alright, and we'll come back. We'll need that in a second. Our next step is we need to decode this character string. Let's actually call this the encoded EAC. Alright, so to decode this, we're going to open up another website. Let's go here, and we're on step 7. I use this free website right here to decode things. So we're going to copy that, open up another browser window. We'll go to this. Now, let's get that encoded EAC. Copy it. Let's paste it into this window here. And we're going to click Decode. And there's your decoded EAC. So let's go record that. Call it Decoded EAC. So now, let's go back to our instructions. Now it's time to get our access tokens, and we'll use this decoded authorization code to obtain those. So we're on step 8. Let's browse to this site right here, and this is where you'll get your access tokens. So we'll open yet another window. We'll go to this site. Right here, for grant type, we're going to type authorization code. You have to type it exactly right. Refresh token will skip. Access type is offline. This is all case sensitive. Your code is the decoded authorization code that we just recorded. So we're going to copy that. We're going to paste it right there. Your client ID is this consumer key that you recorded earlier. We're going to copy this. Sometimes they call it a consumer key, sometimes they call it a client ID, but they're the same thing. Paste that in there. Your redirect is the same site we entered earlier. And this HTTP 127.0.0.1 is basically a loopback. That's sort of beyond the scope of this discussion, but just trust me and use it. Now we're going to click send. All right, what you see here, we've got an access token and a refresh token. These are going to be recorded in Notepad, and we're going to use these to connect to the API. Now these are the decoded tokens. So we're going to go through a couple of steps here to re-encode them. So let's copy our access token. Let's go here and type decoded AT. Now let's go back, get the refresh token, copy that, decoded RT. Now just as a little side note, the access token is good for 30 minutes. The refresh token is good for 90 days. The whole purpose behind the two of these is that you use your refresh token to get new access tokens. So when we're writing program code, every time we make a request to get a stock quote or download information, we send an access token so that we have permission to do that. Well, since they expire every 30 minutes, what you'll do is you'll usually just use your refresh token to request a new access token every time. So that's why you need the refresh token. Now we're going to re-encode both of these tokens. So let's do the access token first. We'll copy that, go back to our decoder encoder, paste it, and we'll encode it. Copy that, we'll call this encoded access token. Let's do the same thing for the refresh token. I'm going to encode it. Encoded refresh token. Now we have everything we need here to use the API. I'm going to pull up an Excel spreadsheet. This is a demo spreadsheet that I made that has all of the code that you'll need to perform these functions, and you can download this from Watco LLC. The code is on there, and it's a very simple sheet, but it has everything that you'll need. We have 4 tabs in here. We have stocks, which is a list of the stocks that I'm trading. The way this works is we can get quotes, we can click buy sell, and if you put a positive amount, like if I put a 2 in this column right here, it would purchase 2 of this REI. If I put a -5, it would sell 5 shares of REI. Portfolio, you can click update positions and it will bring in all of your stocks that you own. One thing to note is the TD Ameritrade API does not support trading mutual funds, which is kind of a bummer, but they say they're going to in the future, but they don't. So right now all you can trade is basically stocks and ETFs. The instructions tab is basically the same instructions that we've just followed, so that's just there for your reference. What we're going to focus on right now is this settings tab. We'll need to put our access and refresh tokens in here so that we can go ahead and make the spreadsheet connect and perform transactions. So for the access token, I'm just going to delete the access and refresh token. Then I'm going to go in and get the 2 encoded tokens that we recorded earlier. I'm going to paste my encoded access token there, and I'm going to paste my encoded refresh token. The trading account is whatever your TD Ameritrade account number is. That's this account that we're using for demo purposes. Your customer key is going to be, again, this consumer key here. So we'll copy that and paste it in here. Now for the access token date, whenever I put new ones in here, from time to time, you may have to run through these steps again to get new access and refresh tokens. But for the most part, it should work from here on out. But whenever I do that, I usually just set the date to whatever the current date is. And what this is doing is the code will look at this refresh token date, and after 90 days, it will get a new refresh token. And it also looks at the access token date to say, okay, it's been more than 30 minutes. We need to get a new access token. So now that we've got everything we need in here for the API to work, let's go back to our stocks. Now it's Sunday today, so the stock market's not open and we're outside of trading hours. So what I did was we can click Get Quotes, and you'll see how it updated for the prices of all of these. I found this little stock called REI that's not very expensive because I only have $100 in this demo account that I'm using. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in here 5, and I'm going to click Buy Sell. It says buy 5 of REI. I'm going to click OK. It's executed. Now if I go to my TD Ameritrade account, this is my actual trading account, you'll see I have an open order to buy 5 shares of REI. It's a market order. You can also place limit orders and stop loss type orders. I've done all of that before in other systems. You can use this API to do that, but that's outside the scope of this video. Here's an order that I did. I kind of did a test run of this video earlier, and I bought REI and I canceled it. But this order will execute when the market opens tomorrow. And if the market were open right now, it would have already bought that stock. Now, I don't own any stocks in this account yet. So if I go here back to the spreadsheet and I go to Portfolio and I click Update Positions, nothing's going to come in. But on Monday, after that REI trade executes and I click Update Positions, it would show REI in here. So thanks for watching my video. If you need these instructions, again, go to watcollc.com and click on the link. And good luck designing your trading system.